Hi guys, welcome back to this channel. And in today's discussion, we'll be talking about the RSI, the Relative Strength Index. I'm going to teach you how to use the Relative Strength Index, what it is, and how to set it up on your MetaTrader 4. So the RSI, the Relative Strength Index, it helps traders to know the strength of a current market, depending on the currency that they are looking at, the GBP, USD, whatever currency pair, whatever stock, whatever commodity. It basically helps you to know what's happening to that currency. It shows you if that currency is going through that pair is going through some exhaustion, if it's oversold, if it is overbought. It shows you so you know if it is overbought. Of course, when the market is saturated, if it has been overbought, you should expect that market is going to drop, the market is going to sell. If it is oversold, you should know the market is going to come back up, market is going to buy. So that is basically how you use the RSI indicator. So it has a scale, it's like a scale from 0 all the way to 100. So that scale, that's where you measure what is happening in the market. Now, basically, our area of interest on that scale is the 70 zone, the 50 zone, and the 30 zone. Now, these are what gives traders an insight of what is happening in a pair. So I'm going to so that you won't think what I'm speaking is jargons. You understand it. We're going to go to the MT4, set it up properly so you can understand how it works. So it's pretty easy to set up and pretty easy to use. Remember, our zone of interest is the 70, is the 50, and it is the 30. So great. So let's set it up quickly. Great. So here we are on our MT4 on our MetaTrader 4. So this is on the computer. As I've tried to explain over and over again, it is the same setup that you use either on your phone, either on your Android device, or either on your iOS. It's the same thing. You're using a phone, you see the F icon that is at the top of your chart. Now that is where you click and then you go all the way down and you see it written Relative Strength Index. That's how you insert it on your mobile phone. Now on the laptop, on the computer, you see it here. If you can see my screen, you see it when you go to insert, you insert indicators, and then you go to indicators, and then you see then when you go to oscillators, you see the Relative Strength Index. So you insert Relative Strength Index, and you have set it as default. At default, you have it at 14. Close, just set it at default. So you press the OK icon, and then you have your Relative Strength Index here. But for the sake of clarity, I would like you to go a further step and set it up properly so that you can see when to buy and when to sell. So we're going to edit it so you can modify it either on your phone or on your computer. You can modify it, RSI properties. Now I'm going to change the various levels. I'm going to change the 30 level. I'm going to edit it and have it and write a buy because I want to buy when the market is down. Remember, buy low, sell high. So I'm going to edit this and write a buy. So this is the point where I buy. And here I'm going to edit this and write a sell. I sell from the high side, I buy from the low. So I'm quickly going to also add another level, which is the 50 level. So I'm going to add an extra level. I'm going to add 50. So I won't name that part. That just tells me to confirm the trend. So once you click your OK button, you're going to see right here. You can see here. Remember, this is the RSI. And so we have sell, we have the buy. So you can sell when the market is overbought, when you have price above the 70 zone. It's very simple. So we're still going to go back to the slide and I'll explain it to you, but just have it in mind that when price is at this level, at the 70 level, you sell. When price is at the 30 level, you buy. So I'm going to use it as an example. You can see here. Let me zoom in so we can see properly. Zoom in, zoom in. Great. You can see what happened here. At this point, price crossed over to the 70 zone. So the market was overbought. And what were we expecting? If I can draw a horizontal line at that point, you can see this is the point on the chart where that happened. See this point when market crossed over, market was over the 70 zone, and what happened? Boom, you can see, boom, it sold. So using the RSI, it's also very, very easy. So, but before I go on, I like to tell you, as I've always said, with all indicators, with all strategies, always use other confirmations. Do not rely solely on the RSI. Use other indicators. Use other patterns, other candlestick pattern to confirm your trade before you go in. Like for this now, I definitely would have sold when I saw this because I saw this very long wick, which of course showed a market rejection. It showed that the market was rejecting this zone. And what happened afterwards? So if I had seen this when on a live chat, I would have sold as a confirmation along with the RSI above 70. What happened? Market went all the way. Boom. So it's pretty easy to use. So I believe by now you would have set up your RSI and you must have named it to see your sell and your buy zone. So let's quickly go to the slide and continue. So I'm going to go run through those zones individually. So for the 70 zone, now as like the way I illustrated just now with the Euro USD, that is the sell zone. When price gets to that zone, it is considered that the market is overbought. So sellers are looking forward to go short. People want to sell when price gets to that zone. You can see what happened here. Price got to this zone, and what happened? Price crossed over 70, and what happened? It sold. Classic example. I don't need to say much about that. So it's classic. So that is it. So I'm quickly going to run through the next slide, which is the 50 zone. I believe you must have added it. I told you to add the 50 zone. Now, using the 50 zone, the 50 serves more like a confirmation of a trend. Now, when price crosses from above, when price crosses the 50 zone, and it keeps from up, and it keeps going. When price, okay, let me start from below. When price crosses from below, crosses that 50 zone, it's more like a confirmation that the uptrend will continue. So it can serve as a confirmation that uptrend will continue. And then if it goes from above and crosses the 50 zone, you can use that as a confirmation that a downtrend will continue. Now there are times where price also touches that 50 zone and bounce off. For example, you're on a downtrend and price starts going up and it hits the 50 zone and then starts going down. It means that downtrend is continuing. So that's how to use the 50 zone. I believe you must have marked it up. Let me see if I can find a perfect example to illustrate the 50 zone. Zoom out. Great. You can see at this point, price was going down. This was here, and then price came all the way. Price touched the 50 zone. So that was here, and what happened? It still went down. So this was a bounce off the 50 zone, and it went all the way down. You could have closed your trade anyway. Remember, always secure the bag. Always put your stop loss in profit once you're up about 30 pips in profit. So that's how to use the 70, the 30, and we'll quickly run on to the 30s, which is just like the same way we use the 70 is the same way we use. I've not set up for these other pairs. So basically, it's the same thing. Okay, let me set up for another pair and make a comparison. Okay, great. So for the 30 zone, let's use an example of of gold right now. So this is almost as good as a live trade. So you can see gold is an uptrend. Gold has been an uptrend, and then gold did a pullback and came all the way to this zone. And what happened? If you can look at your RSI on this zone. Let me zoom in properly so we can see that. On this zone, price touched the 30 zone, and what happened? Price is now on its way up. Price is on its way up. So basically, that is how to use the RSI. The 50 zone, the 70 zone and the 30 zone. You use them to buy. You buy on the 30 zone. Remember, buy low, sell high. You sell at the 70 zone, and then the 50 zone serves as a confirmation of a trend. If it crosses from below, crosses the 50 zone and starts going up, it confirms that it's an uptrend. If it crosses from above and start going down, it confirms that it's a downtrend. But if it bounces off in an uptrend, if it touches the 50 zone and bounces up, you can get in on your buy. If it's on a downtrend and it bounces off that 50 zone, you can get in on a sell. So guys, I hope I've been able to cover the RSI, how to use the RSI. So it's pretty easy, pretty easy. So thank you. I hope you get value for this video. Kindly subscribe. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask me. I'm going to drop a link to join my Telegram group so you can contact me directly if you want to. Join us. We've been calling out some trades and catching some pips. So guys, thank you very much. Do stay safe and God bless.